Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, B Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. Why do what I do for you in the wee hours of the morning? Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. The message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, getting to know yourself a little bit better. Right thinking is way of life, and that's what it is. Through mental and spiritual discipline, daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, and that's what I'm on, is to have all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your mission, your goal is to know thyself. Let's work together and make it happen. I got you. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not. Who knows not that they know not is foolish. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. And to Maat, be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about, we keep talking about, now we're going to do the Mayat, the first Mayat instructions. Okay, excuse me. And then let's go to, what that leads you to? Extended concentration. And from there, I'm going to take you to cosmic consciousness. That's 3 in 1. That should be enough to get you through this lesson. All right, let's go. The lesson starts with Maya. They who revere Maya, okay, are long lived. Those who are covetous has no tomb. That means when you fail the test, the Maya, you will be disavowed by Amet. So you have no tomb. Your heart will be eaten, so to speak. That's called dying twice. The second one is do not be greedy. If it's a slice of pie, he want the biggest slice. He don't care if it's 51 to 49, but he want the biggest slice. That's greedy. Yeah, it's greedy. Sorry about that. Now, in the division of things, don't be greedy. Don't covet more than, don't covet. They said, thou not covet thy neighbor's stuff. Do not covet what? More than your share. If you are fair dealing dude or woman, you're only going to take what you need. I don't need no more. Okay? That's fair. A mild person has a greater claim than what? A harsh one. Why? Poor is the person who forgets their relatives. They are deprived of what? Their company. Even a little bit of what is wanted will turn a quarreler into a friendly person. If you combat ignorance with ignorance, you're going to have confrontation. If you combat ignorance with kindness, respect, and understanding, you might get a different result from that person who's already arrogant, harsh, and arrogant to you. They may change their ways. And Mayat is great what? And its effectiveness, it lasts when it has not been disturbed since the time of Assad. You're talking 5,000 years. There is, watch this. Now, what we don't have in this young generation, what I got a problem with, there is, you got to understand, people, there is punishment for those who break the law. Don't care what your purpose and reason for doing it. You are responsible for that action. But watch this. This is the unfamiliar to the what covetous ones. Why? When the end is nigh, Maat lasts. If you living and doing right, you're gonna pass judgment day. So you're gonna go on. If you fail, party's over. That's the concept. Just as a camel beareth labor and heat and hunger and thirst through what? The desert. And understand, Egyptians wasn't camel riders. They rode donkeys. The Arabs bought the camels in. You never see Egyptian on camelback. That's why a little tidbit. Again, I'm trying to give you a little information. If you see a camel, oh, that's the Egyptian. No, the Arabs bought him in. That's why. So they equate camels with Egypt. Okay, so watch this. As the camel bear the sand and fainteth not, that means he endure all that. So what? So the intestinal fortitude of man shall sustain him through perils. That inner fight in you, that ego, set, that part of you that don't give up, that's the part you want to use him for. Why? Because that's his job. His job is to do, just not to be in position of power and control. Why? He don't have the wherewithal. That's why. So he will just do his job, which is what? Do. Make him do for you and it'll work for you. Schemes, watch this, do not conspire against others. That means team up with somebody else to become an ally to take somebody else out. Why? God will punish accordingly. I didn't know this, but when people mistreat you, you have to let karma, that's God, do what he does. She don't let nobody get away. So if you think, well, they got away with that, no, they didn't. Why? Because the rule is you're responsible for your IRE, which is your action. That's things that you have done. You reap what you sow. Simple. Moving on. These are all principles and concepts that you can manifest and know they real. Okay, so well, you know they're real. You manifest them for yourself. Make them real. Okay, a thought and an idea is just in your head. You have to manifest it. God created the world through what? A thought. Sorry, moving on. But God punishes accordingly, and schemes do not prevail. What do you say? Any weapon formed against me shall not prosper. Where do you think they got it from? Schemes do not prevail. Only the laws of God do. Simple. See, everything's already put in place. All we got to do is follow the rules. Live in peace, since what God comes by itself. Since what God gives comes by itself. These are gifts that we have that was given to us. We didn't earn them. A gift is something that's given to you. The talents that you have was given to you. You got to cultivate them and work them to your best benefit. That's all. We all have a talent. Every God-given animal has something to bring to the table. Excuse me. Now, to be satisfied, this is a good one. To be satisfied with little is the greatest wisdom. Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. Keep it simple, stupid. Why? Because once you complicate things, now you want more than what you probably deserve or should have. But if you keep it simple, you ain't worried about being disappointed or having too much. I grew up poor, so I never had abundance of anything. Okay, so understand that. So I'm used to doing my best with less. And watch this. And they that increaseth their riches increases their cares. More money, more problems. And Puffy tell you that, oh, we don't want to deal with that guy. But yeah, Biggie tell you, more money, more problems. Yeah, when you ain't got nothing, you got problems. When you got money, you got more problems. But a content mind, here you go, right? Thinkers, this is the goal for us. To become a contented mind is a hidden treasure that you can only find within yourself if you do the work you need to do to find it. You going for treasure, you got to do what? Dig. You got to do what? Search. Okay, some things you need to do. So within yourself, do the same philosophy, use the same concept, go within yourself and dig deep enough to find what's really in there. You'd be surprised what you find. Okay? Might blow your mind. And watch this. A contented mind is a hidden treasure. And watch this. And trouble findeth not. That means if you living and doing the things you're supposed to do, adversities and trouble don't mess with you. Why? You weaving through the world like an eel through seaweed, bobbing and weaving, dipping and getting through. Why? Because you're doing the right thing. If you taking hits, that means you didn't bob, you shouldn't weave. So you're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna pay for them every time. So the less mistakes you make, the less paying you have to do for what it is you do. If you do what's right, you will be rewarded, aka blessed. I keep telling you. I tell you how to be blessed. I'm not telling you from a perspective of religion or a preacher. I'm telling you from a teacher who lived and experienced what I'm trying to get you to understand. Okay, let's go. When you control your thoughts, and that's the purpose of meditating. That's the purpose of getting better at being calm yourself and let your mind do what you want. Now you're in control of what? Your thoughts. Controls your actions. Bad thoughts, bad actions. Good thoughts, good actions, good results. Why? Blessings come with good. When you do good, you're gonna receive good. Calm down. Keep talking about stuff. I'm getting excited. But this is things that if you live this is what I get passionate about. Why? Because this is what you have to do. So I'm trying to get you to understand that. And when you control your actions, you have devotion of purpose. I don't do things haphazardly and willy-nilly. Have faith in your master's ability. When I was practicing 30 years ago, I had faith in that my teacher would give me everything I need to learn so I can be my best self. I'm the teacher now. You have to have respect and understanding and faith that I'm giving you what I say I am. And if you use it, you know I am. That's the difference. So you have the ability to have faith, excuse me, in your master's ability to lead you along what? The path of, you ready? Truth. I'm not leading you down the path of belief. I'm not leading you down the path. No, I'm leading you down the path of spiritual truth. Ours. Have faith in what? Your own ability to accept the truth. Not fight it, not question it or contradict it with a bunch of your other stuff. Just accept the truth and manifest it for yourself. And then let me know. Don't question I'm telling you what I'm telling you. Find out what it's about and then come back. And you got to have faith in your ability to what? Act with wisdom. Be free from resentment. I don't care what somebody said. Think about what I'm doing. If I'm a person, my higher self, I can care less what man think. So, okay. And under experience of what? Persecution. You going to go through some things that people going to see things a little different. And you got to go through that. But remember, just be free from resentment under what? Experience of wrong. If I am wrong, I'll be the first to admit it. Not that I do it that often, but if and when I am, I'm not doing it on purpose. I ain't trying to be wrong, but in the event that I am, I get corrected. I ain't been caught out there yet. So my whole point is know what you're talking about before you talk. Don't say this and then say question. I didn't mean that. Yeah, you said it. Okay, so as a teacher, I had to be forthright and clear the first go around. Okay, so learn how to distinguish between right and wrong. If you know what's right, you know what's wrong, now you can make a decision. And if you choose what's wrong, you're going to take what comes with that. Because if you choose what's right, you're going to take the blessing. You love that, but you don't want the feedback for the bad. Stop doing the bad. Less bad, more blessings. Simple as that. But in order for to stop the bad, you got to start doing the right thing. Some people got a problem with that. Okay? Learn to distinguish what? The real from the unreal. If you follow these mega preachers, you listen to these guys sell you a whole bunch of bill of goods and dreams that ain't doing you no good, but you sending them money because they sound so good. He looks so nice and he talking so good. He's playing you religiously. He's playing on your heartstrings and he's sucking money from you. See that prosperity, elate not thine heart above measure. When you start being successful, you got a little money. I was nigga rich back in the day. I had enough money to do whatever I wanted, how I wanted. Okay, because I was ignorant, I didn't know what to do with it. So I lost. A fool and his money will soon part, no matter how much you get of it. Trust me, you never have enough to be a fool and not lose your money. If you're foolish with your money, you will lose it. Adversities, what happened? Dispress thy mind unto the depths. Okay, yeah. Adversities in life. When something happened to you, you don't freak out. Oh, I can't believe it happened to me. I don't know what's going on. Trust me, Adversity is a situation to test your strength. See how resilient you are to a situation that you didn't cause. How you handle yourself. Again, maintain your cool. Okay. Why? Because fortune beareth what? Hard against thee. They smiles are not stable. All your friends ain't really your friends. Smiling faces. Okay. You can't always trust them. But watch this. Therefore, build not thy confidence upon them. Can't trust them. Okay. Why? Because their frowns endureth not forever. Therefore, let hope teach thee patience. When your hope is found in good prosperity, you will hold on and do what's right. That's the whole point of having faith and belief, not having belief as a way of life. No, believe in things that have yet to come. Have faith and believe in it. So you got to put the work in. They tell you prayer without works means nothing. So you can think and want what you want. You putting the work in, you can get nothing. Okay? I tell you, deposit in the bank of God by doing good deeds when daily. Stack up your blessings. Why? When you need them, they should be there. If you need them and don't have them, better to have them and don't need them than to need them and don't have them. Come on now. Moving on. The last proverb implies what? The development of equal vision. My favorite word, equanimity. Knowing is two things. Knowing you have a choice between those two things. And if you're not thinking about the positive, the pros and the cons, good and bad of a situation, you're not thinking right. Simple as that. Understand the predicament you're in. Observe it, think about it, and put your best effort into what is right. Simple as that. Not how you feel, not what you want, but what's right. That takes care of all the other stuff. Now, through this practice of right thinking philosophy, you, the aspirant, now is able to develop balance. You see me do this all the time. That's balance. That represents Maat. Excuse me. That's how I pay her respect, her praise. Wow, watch this. Where we at? Able to, you have balance where? You have a balanced state of mind. That's what meditation is for. That's what yoga practice is for, to get the mind under control where the thoughts are yours, not random, not all over the place. In any condition, you have a balanced state of mind in any condition, meaning you're going to handle every situation, you're going to acquiesce to whatever it is and act like you've been there before, even if it's the first time. Maintain your cool, handle yourself, and they'll never know it's new to you. They'll never know you didn't do it. Why? Because you handle yourself accordingly in every situation. They can look at you and respect you for that. Moving on. Where we at? Okay. And what happened? With a conditioned mind, balanced, and you will be able to what? To practice continuous, you ready? Self-reflection. Self-reflection is you taking a look at yourself. When the third eye is open, you can do that on a regular basis. That's what they're telling you. That's the concept. You will practice continuous self-reflection on what? On God at all times, aka being prayed up, being God conscious, or living in the meditative state of lifestyle. Again, all these things are done with this. Let's go. Let me wrap it up and see the clock. Now, thus, development and the understanding of what? The day-to-day situation. That's called life. I'm here every day. Why? To let you know I'm here with you. I'm not talking to you from another position. No, just like you. I got to do everything I need to do every day, just like you. Understand that. So, your development and the understanding that a day-to-day situations you will encounter and are in reality having life challenges, which is, if met, watch this, with the proper understanding, will lead you to what? A greater inner and outer fulfillment of oneself by what? Doing the right thing, helping others out, feeling good about what you're doing, and feeling good about yourself. Many times, that person who spoke to you harshly, watch this, will be changed when he or she does not receive a negative remark in return. If they give an ignorance, don't give ignorance back. Why? That's going to lead to confrontation. That's what they want. And if the ignorant person is upset, they only want to what? Get off their frustration. Anybody they can. They ain't choosing, okay? In many ways, you will be able to discover that anger and hatred do not promote what you want. Be patient, be kind, be respectful, forbearance, and what happened? Goodwill are sources of what? Spiritual strength. If I got the wherewithal to maintain myself when somebody's wilding out, that's spiritual strength. That's what we got to understand. Don't get caught up in the ignorance of somebody else's concept and bring yourself down, like my pastor told me. Brother Wright, don't wallow in the mud with the pig and then say you're not a pig. Not my philosophy. I liked it, I understand it, and I practice it. So I don't get into a whole bunch of arguments no more because of that concept. I adopted it. It wasn't mine, but I adopted it. And guess what? It worked. So if somebody give you something that works for you, take it, appreciate it, and let them know. Thank you. Why? I use your philosophy and it's working for me. When I give you something, and I do it every day, you don't owe me nothing except a hearty thank you and appreciation. There you go. Moving on. I don't do it for you to be loyal to me, worshiping me. Worship God. I don't need the worships. Man shouldn't be worshipped anyway. Pedestal. I'm not a pedestal type of person. Don't put me up there. Why? I don't want to be there. Simple. I'm humble enough not to want that position. Simple. He would have took it gladly. Yeah, give me. I got a story, but I'm not going there. All right, here you go. But in many ways, you will be able to discover the anger. These things are not good. And in the end, you will have strength, spiritual strength, which can what? Move worlds. I ain't trying to move the world, but I want to make sure my right thinkers are moving in the right direction to survive and live in this world with peace and harmony within themselves, because they're not going to give it to you. Let me wrap this up. I see the clock. I got a few more minutes. Let me take you to what they call extended concentration. What's that? Intense meditation, or what they call advanced meditation, meaning you getting good at your meditation practice and you start to manifest things that you want for yourself. So you're starting to see the benefits of it for yourself. That's how it's done. God works with those who work with him. He magnifies those who magnify him. That's in here somewhere. I read that. Let's go. What most people call meditation is in reality what? Only the second step in the Maat philosophy and the process of right thinking philosophy, yoga, on meditation. There's other levels, there are more steps. When you are successful in concentrating the mind for a certain period of time. I just told you, we can't go 4 seconds with one thought without thinking about a whole bunch of other stuff. Learn to calm the mind down, still the mind, and start controlling the thought that go through your mind. And when you're able to control them for a certain period of time, you will what? Discover that the concentration becomes easier to hold. You're getting better at what? At practice. That's what I do every day, practice. When this concentration occurs, it is like a magnifying glass which has placed in the sun and use what? The focus of the sun rays on what? A piece of paper. When the rays are focused just right, what happens? The paper begins to burn. That's the purpose of putting the eye up here, so it can burn away ignorance. It can burn away your enemies, which is ignorance. This burning process is the goal of extended concentration. You want to have your Uranus up here, okay? Why? Because it's going to keep things away from you to protect you and also see things that you need to see, the reality of what's really going on inside yourself. That's the starter. The practice of concentration leads to a state of mind wherein one's ego, here you go, what the ego do? It merges with the object being concentrated upon, meaning it's not in control. It's going to work with you. It's going to do what you needed to do. Set fights off Apophis for Ra every night. That's his rest. That's his penalty for doing what he did to Asar and doing what he did to his nephew Haru, which is you. So the ego has a punishment that he's paying to this day. Okay, you see the stories. You see Entropy. He's fighting evil. He's not evil. He just need to be curtailed. Now he is. I got him in perfect control. Servitude. Do what you do. Fight off that big thing that nobody wants to do. And he just do it. We love it. He love it, right? He relish in doing what he do. That's what you do. If you're good at something, let me do it. Let me do it. Let me go. Let me go. Simple. All right? That's your ego. If you put it in the servitude position, you don't have a better server. Oh, trust me. Since concentration on one object is psychologically equal to what? Having no thoughts. The Hindus and the Indians tell you They call it the empty, the void. That's where you go. We just call it consciousness, unconscious. Same thing. Okay, it's all in the mind. The ego consciousness is freed from what? The stimulation of the senses and of thinking of itself as what? As the individual entity. Remember, the ego don't know nothing except itself. It edges God out. When you incorporate God in the ego, he will work for God. He will work for you. That's the point. Thus, one may concentrate on what? On any one object or on no object. Again, once you get better, it'll be your choice to what works for you. And what happened? You obtain the same result. Whether you pray to an object or pray to no object. Pray to a God, pray to a concept of God. Through concentration, the act of focusing the psychic energy of the mind, which is your ego, it opens up and happens. What happens? It experiences now expansion. It's starting to learn. It's starting to, your ego's starting to become enlightened. Psychic energy for one's consciousness is therefore focused on what? The perception of itself instead of what? Dissipating into what? The various thoughts and objects which attract what? Your senses. Once you get past your lower nature, satisfying the physical body, the senses, you become a better person. Why? In this manner, one's true identity is now revealed. It's uncovered from what? The veil of what? You ready? Of the ego consciousness, aka ignorance. The expansion may feel as a loss of body consciousness and identity because it's not running the show no more. It's not getting what it wants. Let it suffer. Okay. One may forget one's existence as in what? Individual, and may feel the sensation of what? Floating or falling. Often fear is experienced at this point. Why? Fear, the acronym for what? False evidence appearing real. You cause the fear to yourself by what? Your own ignorance. So you take yourself through that concept. Watch this. Fear is experienced at this point since what? Your ego consciousness may have what? A strong grip on your psychic, meaning it ain't giving up. He ain't going down without a fight. That's what he do. However, there's always a however. If this state is mastered, meaning you can master your ego, you can control your ego, and you explore one, you will reach, you ready? The stage of expansion, wherein one will experience, you ready? The mystical experience of enlightenment, the experience that you and God are one. That's the goal for all right thinkers. Let me wrap it up. When you do this, you reach cosmic consciousness. What the hell is cosmic consciousness? Right quick, let me break it down. Cosmic consciousness is that stage which is reached, aka Nihas anointed enlightenment, when you, the meditator, transcend, all thoughts through the process of what? Extended concentration. I just talked about it. Watch this. And at this level, there is an awareness of expansion beyond time and space. You know that there's something else after this. The meditator goes beyond the object of meditation, beyond words of power, heka, prayer, and beyond consciousness. The next level, as in what? An individual. You know now you're not an individual, you're one with all. Everything is on the one. Wrapping it up. Here you go. In this, there is an awareness of what? Vastness of self, infinity, even immortality, and really universality. You're one with the universe. That's cosmic consciousness. This new realm of experience creates a new mental impressions which burn away what? The negative, ignorant impressions based on ignorance and egoism. Bam! We know about the ego, trust me. And they are impressions of what? Communing with the absolute self. When you go into the meditative state, you're going talking to God. Y'all just want to pray to God. You don't want to let God talk to you because you don't want to steal yourself. You don't want to sit still for 10 minutes. I ain't got time for that. Okay? You have time to pay the price for your bad actions out of your ignorance. Simple as that. Moving on. Let me wrap it up for you again. I appreciate you. Where we at? Now, This is the goal of what all meditative process and right thinkers. It is to what? It is the potential experience for all human beings. If they put in the work, they will get the experience for themselves. That's what the goal of all right thinkers is. This is what true essence of who you really are. Hence, you want to know thyself. These are things you do to make that possible. And as you gain greater self-knowledge of the realm, which you will gradually lose what? All traces of ignorance and egoism. When you rise above the lower nature, misconnect I read, that means your own I read, your actions, and you will become one with your essential nature as what? The transcendental divine self. Now I'm dropping a pin because that's the whole goal. That's my point for all my right thinkers. It's what I've obtained. I'm trying to get you to do the same thing. I want master right thinkers of themselves. And the lesson is over. Right thinkers, may y'all all live to be 100, and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinkers like you have passed away. I'll be back. I'm not done.